It is the history and legends of Mexico back to the earliest times, and it's spray-painted on a supermarket in the barrio in San Jose, California. It's a reminder to the Mexican Americans who live here of their past, their heritage. It is bright, and it is bold, and it's there for all to see. There's a lot of bright, bold art in this barrio. It's just not the kind you would expect. It is a full-size car with undersized tires. As often as not, it has a custom paint job, and it always has a tiny steering wheel, often welded chain. And its owner is Mexican-American. With hydraulic lifts, he can make the front end go up in the air. And as far as that goes, by using the hydraulic controls inside the car, he can make the front end go down far enough that it scrapes the roadway. The car is called a lowrider or a ride. It can have lifts just in front or all around. A fancy lowrider is called a bad ride and is the pride of the California Chicano who owns it. He'll do anything to make it the best bad ride around. The east side of San California is a barrio. There are 600,000 people in San Jose, and 22% of them are Chicano. All but a handful live on the east side. San Jose has always had a large Mexican-American community. Originally, they came to work on the farms. Now they work, when there is work, in construction or industrial plants. And they have made San Jose the low-riding capital of Northern California. The term lowrider refers to the car and the driver, and there is nothing a lowrider wants more than for his bad ride to be noticed and admired. For the last 18 months, lowriders have had their own magazine, published from a small office just off the San Jose State campus. Called Lowrider, it has a circulation of 30,000, and that is going up. The editor is Sonny Madrid.
In the U.S., it's supposed to be like a melting pot, and so everybody just blends in, right? Well, like with the Chicano community, and probably with Mexico being so close, it hasn't really been that way. They've kind of tried to, they create their own style, their own fashion. Who lowers their cars but Mexicans? Who paints their cars the way with all the flashy paint jobs but, you know, the young Chicano? Like where'd the style all come from? I blame the Indians. I blame the Mayas, the Aztecas. They were the very first Pachucos. They were the first lowriders. In those days, they customized their bodies, and like nowadays, they're customizing their cars.
Lowriders have been around since after World War II. But they are just beginning to organize into clubs, and the clubs are just beginning to organize what they call happenings, like this one in Los Angeles. Lowrider clubs are usually rivals, but they have been talked into cooperating by other Chicanos who can't see any sense in fighting among themselves. After all, they share the same memories. Dennis Eagleson.
I remember I used to stay many nights outside of my mom's house or outside of one of the boulevards in the neighborhood and just look at cars going by and kind of make believe in my mind that that's my next car coming here. This is my car. Of course, I didn't have a job. I didn't have the money to finance a car, but I always kept my mind occupied on the status symbol of a shiny automobile. What I'm trying to do is to create a feeling of, hey, pride, like, hey, I have my car here. Why not? You know, I have a group of guys I'm with. Why not? Why not dress the zoot suit part, you know?
Lowriding is not a teenage fad. It is a Chicano social event involving men and women of all ages. Families go for lowrider picnics and Sunday afternoon drives, caravans of them, all of them going, as they describe it, low and slow, so they'll be noticed and admired.
They tell me in sweet
Lowriders have their own music. A classic among them is titled, Let's Take a Cruise Down Whittier Boulevard. It was written and recorded by Willie G. He used to be a mechanic. He is now a musician who, some years ago, had a national hit called Land of a Thousand Dances. Willie G., complete to Zoot Suit, is a lowrider, and he says music led to lowriding.
That's what started me in it, music, and the people around it, where the action was. They kept this display of moving art on the road, constantly, everywhere. There was a place where people could come together and get it together, admire each other, so to speak, and say, yeah, man, I want to be like that. I want to do that. I want to have that before I have to leave.
Along with its own music, lowriding has its own art. These were done by Teen Angel, a lowrider in San Jose. But lowriding is not all aesthetics. A considerable part of it is economics. But like the music and the art, the economics are somewhat different.
The economics dictate just what kind of a lowrider you're going to be. And so you do that, but now there's like a reverse going on in that it's a very fashionable thing to get the old car.